Well, that's the case of either overthinking things or somehow not thinking enough on that kickoff return. You got to think the 20-yard line is worst case. Instead, the coverage team sticks it with a really long field ahead.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Gibbs. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Brought down by Christian Wilkins. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Into the hands of Elijah Moore.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Lamar now from the gun. Escapes the pocket. No place to go, so he just threw it away.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something with no one open and risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Gibbs now from the gun. And the hit stops him cold. Wow, he maybe got back to the line. No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on 3rd down.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday, but doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Jackson now on 3rd. And they'll take him down at the 23-yard line. It's a 21-yard gain. And that'll give him a 1st down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Here's a counter give to Gibbs. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Shotgun snap to Jackson. On target to his man Higgins. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Now Jackson off the play action. He's on the move. Play didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. This one carries out of bounds. Not the greatest field position awaiting them. It's spotted at the 11. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Look, pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback down there, you're making your coordinator a little bit nervous, man. When you take a sack down in this area of the field, you are playing with absolute fire. You know what else? Kind of light a fuse on that other side and that defense, too.
Looking at a tough spot to punt it away if this 3rd down is unsuccessful. Throwing from near his own goal line. Diving, it looks close. They say he caught it. Well, most drives should end right there, but they beat the defense and convert on 3rd and 17.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
Jump off caught by his back. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
I know coordinator quarterback going to be upset with that 1st down because you call a screen on 1st, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, that defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
Here's 2nd and 14. Escapes out to the left. Fights off a tackle, but he lost the ball. He left the ball behind. Scooped up by the defense. Second quarter about to get underway, and this home crowd excited as their guys have possession. Remember, they got it back on the fumble to end the 1st. That's caught. Here comes Jahmyr Gibbs. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And it sets up 1st down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Caught at the 10-yard line. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. From the red zone now. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. That's Diablo Lenore. And the 49ers take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. That one's complete right side. It's a 26-yard pickup there. And it brings up a San Francisco 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
One play in, and already they're close to midfield. They kick the running back in motion. To throw it on 1st down. Catch made by Mitchell. And they make the tackle at the 38. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he gets this one down to the 30-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
And he's brought down for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Now looking to throw. Hits his running back. Jukes one defender. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's a 49er 1st down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
This defensive battle has reached the 2-minute warning. The 49ers looking for a score just before the break. The 49ers looking at their first shot here inside the red zone. They've got 1st and 10 from the 20. That's a catch. Jackson Smith and Jigba. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Throwing from the gun here. And got his man. That's a San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers get some late points and the lead. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would, and it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Moore with a return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. and set, 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Escapes a defender. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle room. You call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Boys, get one more stop. Some defense. I know what we made our team. Keep him out of the end zone. Do it. Hold him on the line.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. He's got time. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Awareness. Awareness is so critical of where those defenders are down the field to find that open receiver. But it's just as important, Kate, in the pocket. Having awareness of what's going on around you, the QB didn't. And the defense registers a sack.
Trying again following the sack. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. San Francisco calls it 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
To throw here on 1st down. Setting up the running back screen. Pick up of a few as he heads out of bounds.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Second down now, 7 to go. From the 48. Delivered to the sideline. Smith-Njigba brings it in. That's going to pick up the 1st down after a gain of 26.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing it again here. Connection made with his running back down the middle. And they get to him, but this is a 1st down. The nose of the football inside the 1. Here's 2nd and goal. Here's a throw. And they're going to take this in for the San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers will add to their lead at the end of the half. Moody knocks that extra point through. And the 49ers double their lead to 14. Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. Moore with a return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on first down. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. The story is halfway told. Let's see what the back half has in store as we get started in the 3rd quarter. His return starts at the 5. Well, some trickery here on the return. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Called in left side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a... and a first down. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And it brings up a San Francisco first down. Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Option design here. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Pass play now. Rolling left, buying some time.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Blown back, gets the handoff. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a 3rd and short stop.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. They'll throw it. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Quarterback so worried about challenging the DBs in coverage, he didn't keep an eye on the lineman in front of him. He threw it right towards him, and it was easy to get a pop and swat away a potential first down.
First down, here's Lamar. Got his target, it's Higgins. And he's able to cross midfield before going out.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. With third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
This is Gibbs on second down. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
What was supposed to move the chains or at least make third down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this third down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
Third and 6 for them to figure out now.
Make some good calls, offense.
Shotgun snap to Jackson. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. So that brings up fourth down.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
The Thunderbirds out and ready to punt. And this will be his second effort of the contest. Fair catch called for and brought in at the 11. No return on that punt. And the 49ers will go on offense. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Looking for a throw here. He's going deep. And this is going to end up incomplete. Really aired it out there on first down, but just couldn't make the connection.
I think it's fair to say, in the eye in the sky deadline, without that ball being tipped, we were looking at the big game. A missed opportunity to push their offense and a great play on the other side to deny the throw.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Catch is made down the right sideline. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
First down, San Francisco.
First down, ball at the 36. Back to throw. He put everything he had into this one. And he hauls in the interception. And the Thunderbirds have it as he records the first interception of his young career.
Oh, coaches just love that effort right there. Instantly, as he made the pick, everybody was looking for a block and doing their part to set up the return. And I know it pales in comparison to giving up the turnover, but how about the effort on the other side to track him down and stop a potential pick six? I think everybody deserves a little credit on the field for that effort.
On first down, Jackson. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Pressure coming. It's Jackson. Higgins makes the catch. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
This really isn't a route designed for a lot of yards, Kate. You're just trying to get a small handful and move on to the next down. Stay in rhythm. And anytime you can work some magic after the catch and stretch it out, well, those are welcome bonus yards.
Play action. Here's Jackson. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. All right, set now. 1st and 10. Lamar off to play fake. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down.
Well, if nothing else, that proves they're not afraid to take a shot on any given snap. And with enough looks, eventually, one's going to connect.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. They've got a man in motion. Lamar throwing again. That's more of the catch out left. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. So we hit the end of the 3rd quarter. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the 4th. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Now the first run of the game for Javonte Williams. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. He brings it in. And a massive hit near the goal line to keep him out of the end zone.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Third and 2, here's Jackson. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
We've learned how valuable sacks in a pass rush are in today's NFL. It's a bit surprising, isn't it, Kate, that that's their first sack of the game, but they found other ways to produce success on both sides of the ball, and they finally pick up a much-needed sack on that stat sheet.
Didn't get that one off in time. This is going to be a delay of game. A little slow to operate the offense, and they're going to back it up as a result of that penalty. After the penalty, let's see how their composure is on this 4th down. And the play clock hits 0. This is going to be delay of game. Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty. The task gets tougher as they set up on 4th down.
Let's go get that 6. Don't let us down. Push the rock down the field. Get off the way. Keep it going. Oh, let's go. Let's go. Oh, get in the pocket.
From the gun, Jackson. And it's caught. Touchdown! The Thunderbirds pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Man, Brock, that defense held up 3 straight plays. They just couldn't come up with the one final stop they needed to get off the field.
And how about this offense? Courage of the offense to run it back for one more snap and make the adjustments on 4th and goal to finally punch it in. Quite the mini little chess match we just saw play out over those last 4 plays.
They're out to try and tack on the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Thunderbirds cut the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Gonna be 2nd down.
Okay, that's why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. He'll look to throw. Smith and Jigba there to grab it. And he takes a shot near the marker, but it looks like he still has enough for that 1st down.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Dropping back to throw. Escapes the pocket. So they'll decline this and take the results. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Play action on 1st down. Mims with the grab. And they're going to take this in for the San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers go up by 2 scores, 13 points in the 4th. PAT up and good for Moody. And the 49ers double their lead to 14. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Moore with a return. Returns looking good so far. And they'll be happy about where they're about to take the field. He's up to the 35 on the return. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Lamar now from the gun. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he crosses midfield before going out. That play good for 17 on a 1st down.
Every tight end worth his salt wanted this. Really craved man-to-man coverage. The best of them, give me man-to-man coverage, and I'm going to beat you. I was around Dallas Clark and Indy, one of the best. You play man-to-man, he's going to find a way to out-leverage you, separate from you, and make a play.
He's got it deep downfield. And in for the touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Extra point attempt coming up. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Thunderbirds chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. Now this could be the game right here. Down a score, they need to get this ball back. And the 49ers are able to cover the kick.
No question they wanted the ball back late, but you don't see many of these recovered by the kicking team in the NFL. You see even fewer recovered when they're actually expecting it, like they certainly were right there.
The 49ers find themselves in a great spot to start this drive. 1st and 10 coming up. And he has it along the sideline, but he got a little too close to that edge. They're going to say he's out of bounds. We've got 2nd down.
The best of the best, they just have this intuition, Kate. They know where the boundary is without looking. This receiver's not quite at that level yet. He lost track of where he was, and he brought it in, but out of bounds.
2nd and 10 now. Gets out of trouble. On the move, headed right. He shovels this one forward. And they're going to bring him down at the 36.
Fuck no. Hell no.
We're down to the 2-minute warning here.
Oh no.
49ers leading by 7.
Ain't no fucking way.
1st down, ball at the 36. He's going to throw this one. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's out just a second shy of reaching the red zone. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Low back in the backfield, and they give it to him. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line. No surprises here. Defense quick to stop that clock. We've got 1:53 left in this game. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. Timeout taken by the defense. They're 2nd. And they'll have just one left to burn now.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
They're going to try to pick it up with an option left. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
It's results like that that drive coordinators nuts. Premature balding, gray, wrinkles, all of it, Kate. You call something conservative, the last thing you're thinking is you're going to lose yards on a 3rd and 1 run. The Best kickers I've been around here over the last few decades, they relish these moments. They know the hard work all their buddies on offense and defense have done. And when they can make it a two-score game and be clutch when it matters, these are the moments they live for.
Moore with a return. And not a bad place for them to start, up past the 30-yard line. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Throwing now on first down, it's Jackson. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. No luck finding his receiver that time. So second down coming up.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Throwing again is Lamar. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Now to throw. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. Brought in inside the 20. He makes it in for the touchdown. The Thunderbirds make it a 4-point game here in the fourth. And he connects there, so now another kick from him. A field goal will tie this game in the fourth. We're down inside the final 90 seconds as they line up for the all-important onside kick. And the 49ers are able to cover the kick. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. Well, that's going to do it, Brock. They recover the kick and now can just run out that clock unimpeded.
Yeah, no timeouts on the opposing sideline. Give some credit to the hands team right there. Got the job done. And now as an offense, the greatest formation in the history of football.
Ooh.
You know what that is, Kate?
Line it up, boys.
The victory formation.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. And they're going to bring him down at the 39-yard line. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. They give it to him again. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Back to the well again. Down the sideline, past the 25. And he'll add to their lead on the final play of the game as he's in for the touchdown. The 49ers make it a 9-point advantage. Well, that one might not sit so well with everybody down on the field. Heck, maybe some of his own guys, too, but he had him to resist.
Yeah, it probably will ruffle some of the older school feathers down on the sidelines, but for a lot of the guys coming into this league each year, they're used to it. If there's time left, if you're trying to score, you're going to want to eat, no matter what the game situation is, and they used every last second available.
Well, that'll do it for us, for Brock Heward and our entire hard-working crew. I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the 49ers as we say so long from Toronto.
Yeah.